Welcome to SEMA 2019. I am Jeremy Johnson. Hey guys, what's up? I'm Jeremy from WeldTec Designs, and we are back at our SEMA build. In the last video, you saw us head up to CageWrx to go pick up the cage. Now we are back at the shop. It's a nice, fresh morning. We're ready to start putting this cage in the RZR. We're gonna tear the old cage out, tear the seats out of it, and get busy building this awesome CageWrx Baja style cage. Let's get in the shop. So the cage is completely taken out. This thing looks naked, kind of sad looking. If I didn't think that we would not have a problem putting it back together. So you can see we've started fitting all the tubes in here, and you're gonna notice something else is we've also started prepping all the tubes for welding. We're gonna go ahead and TIG weld this whole cage to make it awesome. Another thing that we're doing is we know that we're gonna be adding a ton of light force lights to this, so we're also gonna be drilling some additional holes in the cage, so that way we'll be able to run all of our wiring in the cage and you won't see it just strapped to the cage, you know, tie wire. So trying to make sure we really think this thing out, where we're gonna want wiring, where we're gonna want any accessories in this. I'm just excited. It's time to I gotta get working. See you guys in a little bit. This cage so far is we are like, you know, 2.5, 3 hours into this cage, and you can see we've used a ton of clamps and tie downs and basically secured all of these pieces where they go. Now what the next step is we're gonna come in here, we're gonna start tack welding all of this together, making sure that everything is straight. We're gonna check the angles on both of these tubes, but man, this thing is just coming together really nice, really easy. I'm loving it. Let's keep going. The next part of this build is going to be the part that I really love, and that is going to be adding all kinds of lighting to it. And as you know, that we love working with light force and building these awesome vehicles, and I want to do something different on this, and I'm going to take these light force striker lights. I have 6 of them right here, and what I'm going to do is, instead of using a light bar on the front of this Polaris RZR, I'm going to try to run at least 6 of these going across the front in its own light bar. And what I'm talking about is I would like to run at least 6 of these. Heck, maybe we might even be able to get 7 going in an array across the front of that. I think that that would be pretty awesome. And then I think what we'll do is we're going to add some tabs up to the front and maybe do a 4 light bar right up here in the front of this, not quite this big, where it would just be a 4x4 light. What's great about Light Force is they offer so many different lighting combinations. We definitely have a light bar that we can, or lights that we can put all over the place on this thing. And speaking of lights, look at this. Here's a whole cart full of more Light Force lights getting ready to get installed on another vehicle over there. So, show you guys a little bit about what we're doing. All right, guys, so we are moving right along on this CageWrx cage, and it is going together so smooth. So smooth that we actually just TIG welded all of this stuff because the gaps are that tight and all the fits are that amazing, which is definitely a plus. Now we're doing a little bit of custom stuff in here. You can see we've added some corner gussets up into the top of this, into the top section of the cage, just to give it a little bit more strength. Another thing that we're doing is we're getting ready to install the PRP doors. So you can see we have some of the mechanisms on here as far as that. I'm excited to get those PRP doors on there. But another thing, you guys know that we love adding a ton of light force lights, and even though you can't see them yet, you can still kind of see them. So we have done a removable light bar up on the top, and on that we're gonna have 6 striker lights, all light force lights, which are gonna be amazing. So I guess the question is 6 lights enough for the front of this thing? Would you add even more? And as you can look down here, you can see maybe something else. How about a Warn winch on the front of this? You know we love our Warn winches. And so we thought, well, why not put one on our RZR? Just so much fun stuff going on here, as well as with our Chevy Express van build. So what do you guys think so far? What would you add to it? Is 6 lights enough? I mean, how many UTV people do we have watching this? If you are a UTV person, let me know how many lights you are running on your side-by-side. I would love to know, and if it is enough lighting. So that's all I got in this episode. Our RZR build's coming along. We'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.